there are 5 major categories of suffering that you will suffer for Christ. And if any of them were to happen to you, don't regret. It's part of witnessing. Number 1 is persecution and opposition, where they insult you, they threaten you, they imprison you, they reject you. They are called persecution. If you are insulted for the faith, if you are threatened, if you are imprisoned, if you are rejected, count it joy. Matthew 5:10-11 is called persecution. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. 2 Corinthians 11:23-27. This is where we speak about martyrdom. Paul was speaking about other ministers, and he said, are they ministers of Christ? He said, let me speak as a fool. I am more. He said, in labor more abundantly, in stripes above measures, in prison more frequent, in death often. This is witness. He said, of the Jews 5 times I received 40 stripes save one. That's 39. He said, thrice I was beaten with rods, once I was stoned, thrice I suffered shipwreck, a night and a day I was in the deep. He fell into the water for a whole night and a day. He said, in journeying often, in peril of water, in peril of robbers, by my own countrymen, by the heathen, in the city, in the wilderness, in the sea, amongst false brethren. The guy knew all the category of suffering: in weariness, in painfulness, in watching, even intercession, in hunger, in thirst, in fasting, in cold, in nakedness. You say you are a disciple, any little thing you say, why are things happening like this? For Jesus is worth it. It's part of our witness. It's called persecution. Number 3 is emotional and mental suffering. This is where you speak of sorrow, loneliness, anguish for the sake of Jesus and the church. Philippians 2:27, 2 Corinthians 11:28. Paul was speaking about one of his soldiers here who was sick unto death. So there are sorrows, emotional, and then there is social and economic suffering, where you lose possession, where you suffer poverty for the sake of Jesus. Imagine you are in Lagos and God now tells you, go to Gombe, and it calls a village where there's no light. If you are not a witness, you will go. You know, our missions now, we want to carry the gospel to America. I wait, Lord, send me. As you are saying, Lord, send me, you are seeing the map of America. You are seeing the map of England. When God now answers, he will say, go to Mozambique. There's an urgent work to be done. You say, no. Satan speaks in these last days. Be careful what you hear, because you know there will be economic breakdown. It doesn't look like blessing to you. That's why most of us can't be entrusted with God. See, if you want to be a witness, tell yourself, wherever he sends me, I will go. The Bible says, so long as you have what to eat, what to wear, and where to lay your head, he said that should be enough for you. Now, if God blesses you, enjoy. The Bible told us God gives us everything richly to enjoy. God is not against living well, but if for the sake of Christ you need to suffer hunger, suffer it. It's part of your testimony. Finally, type of witness you will suffer is spiritual suffering. That is warfare, the resistance of sin, enduring temptation, and battling principalities and powers. See, there are places you go to and preach Christ because souls are saved. They will shoot arrows at you for a month. Even accidents will be orchestrated. They will move men to hate you. Some will shoot you as their own life assignment. If you are beaten today, can you sustain your testimony? If you lose your job, can you sustain your testimony? If you were to move from the place of your comfort for the sake of Jesus, can you sustain your testimony? If you came under attack because of Jesus, they gang up against you, demote you, can you sustain your testimony? Now, if these things are not happening to you, how can you say you are Jesus? This is who the apostles were. In Acts 5:41, they were glorifying God that they were worthy. This is the like of Stephen in Acts 7:55-60, stoned, yet he looked up. How can you look up when you are being stoned? Every time you lift up your eye, a stone can hit you, but he looked at glory. He said, I see the Son of Man standing by the right hand of the Father. Their Christianity stood the test of time. It overcame trials. This is the testimony of the prophets of old. They were not just seers. He said, time will fail me to speak of Barak, of Gideon, of Jephthah, of David, of Samuel, and the prophets who through faith subdued kingdoms, obtained promises, shut the mouth of lions, quenched the violence of fire. Weak men made valiant in battle, put to flight the armies of the alien. And he says some of them were sawn asunder. He said yet they stood their ground because they were looking forward to a more glorious resurrection. Suffering has benefits. Number 1, it deepens your faith, your conviction, and your dependence on God. 2 Corinthians 12:9-10. Number 2, it produces perseverance and character. Romans 5:3-5. Number 3, it engenders conformity to Christ. Philippians 3:10. Number 4, it occasions eternal reward. 2 Timothy 2:12. 2 Timothy 4:7-8. And Romans 8:17. Number 5, it is a testimony to your generation. Acts 5:41. Philippians 1:29. Number 6, it strengthens the church. Acts 8:1-4. Acts 2:23-43. And number 7, it reveals God's glory in us. 1 Peter 4:14. Romans 8:17. When you suffer for Christ, you are blessed. Jesus said, blessed are they that are persecuted for my name's sake.